And I was also vegetarian first for like a few years. And in my mind, I thought like, now I'm not killing animals anymore. But then I learned some things about the egg and the dairy industries.
The only milk product I buy here is like yogurt, because the coconut alternative is like way more expensive.
And let me ask you this: if, say, the milk instead came from like human slaves and it was cheaper, would you still buy it?
From humans,
Yeah, non-consenting humans.
I would probably pay a little bit more to avoid it.
Most people say we should respect animals, but then they don't think about like the consequences of their
That's true.
purchases and these things. So
Because you don't see the things, you just see the food and the taste of it, but you don't see the pain the animal has to go through.
Se hva som skjer på vår jord. Vi må renovere stedet vi bor.
Det er det som kommer til å skje.
Verden trenger helt nye spor på høy. Halla, Mathias her, på tur i Kristiansand. Så nå står jeg utenfor Universitetet i Agder i håp om å få til noen samtaler her. I'm Matthias. I went here 9 years ago. Now I live in Oslo, so I'm just stopping by. Who am I speaking with?
I'm Angela, I'm an exchange student here. I'm here for 1 semester and I am from Austria.
Austria,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm an animal rights activist. I want a world where humans respect animals and animals have rights. So do you think humans should respect other animals?
Of course they should respect other animals. I'm a vegetarian by myself,
Okay.
so
Why are you vegetarian?
because I don't want to support the violence that's going against the animals.
That's great to hear. Same, I don't want to be a part of it or anything. So, do you know the difference between like being a vegetarian and being a vegan?
Yeah, I think vegan is not just about eating habits, it's more like a lifestyle they support. It's like don't use any leather, like leather clothing, and yeah.
So you're onto something, but it's not quite right because like many people think like it's a diet or a lifestyle, but it's actually a really simple, just ethical principle. Like being vegetarian is just like a diet where you don't eat animals, and it can be for various reasons. People might choose not to eat animals. But veganism in itself is just a principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. What do you think about this principle?
That's great, and I think this should be the way most people should live with. But yeah, it's great that people live like that, and way more people should do that this way.
And I was also vegetarian first for like a few years. And in my mind, I thought like, now I'm not killing animals anymore. But then I learned some things about like the egg and the dairy industries.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about these industries.
Yeah, I heard that it's actually the same as, like, even worse than killing animals, with how chicken and other animals are held in. And like myself, I try to reduce my milk consume. I use oat milk instead, and I don't really I don't buy eggs. I just eat it when they are in a cake or something, but I myself don't buy these things.
Okay, so you don't buy them directly, but you don't avoid them either if it's like an ingredient. Is that what you're saying, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But do you feel like there's anything stopping you from just going all in? Just from now on, just leave all animals alone? Be vegan?
It's a way I will be going to, but like for me right now, it would be in many cases more expensive to just go vegan. I don't know, it takes much more money. For example, tofu is or seitan here is very expensive to buy. So
More expensive than
more
what?
expensive than natural than animal products.
Actually, this is a common misconception that like people see vegan products which cost a bit more, and then they assume like being vegan costs more. But actually, like the cheapest foods in the world are like rice, beans, lentils, pasta, the potatoes. So the cheapest foods in the world is by default plant-based, and you can actually save up to 40% of your
Oh, really?
budget by just being plant-based. So it's not actually more expensive. Maybe some products here and there, but like the whole diet as a whole, you can actually save money if you want to. But it depends, though, of course. Like if I'm buying exotic fruits all the time,
Yeah.
I might not save money, but it depends how you structure it, though.
Yeah, but for example, like the only milk product I buy here is like yogurt. I put into my overnight oats because the like coconut alternative is like way more expensive, and so.
And let me ask you this: if say the milk instead came from like human slaves and it was cheaper, would you still buy it?
From humans.
Yeah, non-consenting humans. Or would you
Well-
pay a little bit more to avoid it?
I would probably pay a little bit more to avoid it, but it's like,
Yes.
the
So
same
what's the difference? Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
I'm just a guy you met on the streets. So you have to look it up yourself, of course. But like, if you found out I was right, that you can actually save money and it's not more expensive to be vegan, would you then be vegan?
Probably yes. Yeah,
So,
but sometimes it's also the taste of non-vegan food that's better, in my opinion.
right. So this is I appreciate the honesty, and this is the reason most people aren't vegan. And I also used to like the taste when I wasn't vegan. But do you think that like pleasure, sensory pleasure, is that a justification for exploiting someone?
Honestly, it's not.
No?
Honestly, not. No, I haven't thought it is much about it yet. But you got a point.
Yeah, because that's most people just eat it because they like it, but like in other circumstances, we wouldn't accept that as an excuse. Like I'm deriving pleasure from abusing someone else. Then, I mean, you can think of examples.
Yeah.
And also, like people often see vegans as like forcing their views on others and like pushing others and stuff. But like, it's really just about our choices stop being personal choices when they have victims. If my choice creates a victim, then it's no longer like a personal choice. And so we're just asking people to. Most people say we should respect animals, but then they don't think about like the consequences of their
That's true.
purchases and these things. So we just
Because you don't see the things, you just see the food and the taste of it, but you don't see the pain the animal has to
Yeah.
go through.
and it's cool to hear that like you've already given this a little thought and went vegetarian. But I think that like for the same reason you should also boycott all the other animal products, and those animals matter just as much as the ones you're not eating, right?
That's true, yes. Thank you very much.
Cool. So yeah, I don't need to keep you for much longer, but like a common question we ask is like, how many more animals should be exploited for you from now on? 0 or more than 0?
To be honest, like if I say zero animals will be exploited because of me from now on. That's not true. But I will reduce it step by step until no animal will be exploited by my fault.
But if you were in their position, though, how fast would you want people to stop?
I don't know, just start. Just every animal exploited less is a good thing.
Yeah. And I know it can seem a bit like this big decision where before you've done it, and that's why people are a bit scared of it maybe. But another way to look at it so it becomes like less overwhelming instead of thinking like from now on never again. If that's too much, you can look at it as just like meal for meal, purchase by purchase. So like how can you make your next meal vegan, next after that, and then it just becomes like a new habit without having to think so much about it.
Yeah.
So that would be a tip. Yeah.
I will do it. I'm going groceries. I do grocery shopping now. I am currently on my way to do that. So
Cool.
I try to not buy any animal products.
I hope so. What's even better than trying is just deciding.
Just doing,
Yeah, and maybe there's a transition in the beginning where you will be tempted, but as long as you keep the why in mind,
Yeah.
then the hows sort themselves out, and eventually they will stop tempting, and you'll just be disgusted by it instead. I'm glad you stopped for a conversation. I can give you some resources if you want.
Yeah, sure.
I don't have my cards with me, but I can write on your phone if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you so much for the
Thank you.
conversation.
Når folk starter sakte å komme seg inn i det og starter å prøve alternativer, og så får du litt sånn bare kritikk fordi jo, men hvorfor har du det ikke gjort enda bedre?
Folk er så vant til å tenke kosthold at det er litt sånn som hvis man skal slutte å røyke, så at man trapper ned, så føler man seg flink. Og når vi tenker på helse også, så tenker man jo liksom sånn, det er ikke alltid enten eller, men at det er et spekter da. Fordi det er sånn vi er lært opp til å tenke rundt mat. Men det egentlig handler om, som veganisme er, ikke sant? Det er jo etikk.
Ja.
Og la oss si det var et annet dilemma. Hvis jeg ser ned på damer og trakasserer damer hver dag, og så snakker jeg med en feminist som overtaler meg til å skjønne at damer også er individer. Og så sier jeg, ok, nå skal jeg være flink, så fra nå skal jeg bare trakassere én dame i uka.
Ja, jeg skjønner poenget der.
Hvis jeg... Og så får jeg kjeft, og så, ja, men hallo, det var bare én. Det er bedre enn før, jeg har redusert. Folk hadde jo ikke godtatt det på en måte.
Nei, det er ikke en sånn unnskyldning for å gjøre ting. Det er mer en sånn forklaring at noen bare glemmer det bort hvis det skjer for langt unna.